How's it going, guys? Still May 10th, 2:28 p.m. here on the East Coast. So this next vlog will be about things always fall into place. I think I've touched on this before in a vlog, but things in my life always fall into place exactly where they're supposed to fall into. And in people's lives, whether they realize it or not, things always fall into place and happen at the exact time they're supposed to happen. Even when you're running late to a particular event or to work or to something, that's exactly where you're supposed to be at that point in time. And where I kind of noticed this today is when I was just signed up for this leadership course for school that I have to take over the summer now. One of the things is reaching out to your community and doing 4 hours of some sort of leadership type of service. I think I haven't read deeply into it, but I'm going to be using these blogs probably as a tool to meet that requirement. And I do firmly believe that it'll be used in an aspect of type of leadership if you think about it. So not only have these vlogs kind of help me on a day-to-day basis, but I know that they tend to help other people. And you don't necessarily know who's listening to your vlogs. I do get a lot of views from time to time, and sometimes I don't know who's quite listening to my vlogs, but comments will be made while I'm in the general public sometimes, and it just makes me realize that my audience can be kind of wide. And just because somebody doesn't subscribe doesn't mean that they don't watch. And things tend to happen in a manner to where they always fall into place. It's always the right time. And if you really take a step back and look at everything, it may seem as though things weren't supposed to happen in the way they happened. And that deadlines may seem like a little stringent, but everything happens in the exact way in order it's supposed to happen. And if you didn't complete something by a certain time or didn't do something by a certain time, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily incomplete or not done. It just maybe means that you needed a little bit more time. And to tie back into the title of this, things for me at least always fall into place at the exact moment that they're supposed to. Not any earlier, not any later. And regardless of how hard I try to make things fit into place, sometimes they just don't fit. It's just not the right time for those things to happen in my life, and you just have to be aware of that. And if it's not the right time, what's the reason are you wasting time and trying to force it? Just continue to move forward and trying to get other things accomplished, and use your time a little bit more wisely. And you'll notice that eventually that thing that you were stuck on before will end up happening sometime down the road, and that's when it was supposed to be meant to happen. And that's just the way that things always have worked out for me and always will work out for me. That's just my outlook on it, that if it's not supposed to happen now, then it's just not supposed to happen. And if it's supposed to happen in the future or not at all, then that's when it's supposed to happen, or it's just not supposed to happen. I know it may seem a little complicated, but I'm sure you guys follow me. So that'll be it for the second vlog for today. I'm going to try to keep the rest of these short since I went on the tangent on the first one about my daughter being back. But know that everything in your life happens for a specific purpose out of the choices or decisions that you make. And things will always fall into place according to the time, and not necessarily your time, but the time of things around you. And if it doesn't seem like it's quite working out or panning out for you, it's just not time for that to happen. So don't be distraught by that. Just use it as a form of motivation to push on to something else for the time being. So that'll be it for the second vlog for today. I still got a couple more to put up. I'll see you guys on the next one.